Where's the weld button on the new update? I cannot figure out the new Cricut update so far. Does anyone know how to weld on the new update? I can't seem to figure it out when I'm using a cursive font. I absolutely hate Cricut Design Space recent update. Where can I find how to unlock a shape so I can make this line long and thin? I've looked everywhere and I'm getting frustrated. This new update is awful. All right, my friends, we're here for the real and raw update of what the heck is going on with Cricut Design Space. As you guys have seen, we have been keeping tabs on all the updates that Cricut is doing. Now, Cricut is doing a lot of updates for good and bad, and in this video, we're going to cover it all. I'm going to walk you through the must-know updates about Cricut Design Space that is probably holding you back from using Cricut Design Space at the highest level right now, because these updates are shaking everyone up. It's shaking up the whole way we use Design Space. It's holding us back from being able to do regular functionality, but they're actually doing some really innovative ideas too, and I'm going to walk you through all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly in this video. So let's go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. I'll teach you how to master your Cricut and so much more, and let's go ahead and dive right in. If you're new around here, you may not even know that you can actually update your Cricut Design Space to be the beta version. So if you're interested in knowing exactly how to do this, go over to your Cricut Design Space canvas, come up to your name in the top right-hand corner, click down, and then go over to settings. So let's click on settings, and you're going to see I'm currently on the live version. If you want to get access to the latest, the greatest of Cricut developments, you want to switch over to the beta experience. Now, you will be able to move it back and forth, so you are not married to this option. But if you want to be able to see all of the updates that we're talking about today, I would recommend experimenting in beta. All right, now that we're able to start back our design space, what you'll see, it automatically resets. So now that we are here, you'll see beta in the top right-hand corner. That looks different. There is currently a Cricut chat box, which is also in beta. I normally do not see this. Looks like this feature is powered by AI. So responses and answers may be incomplete or have mistakes. And it's asking us to please rate the responses to help them improve. So that is a new feature, and there's some other ones that I'll guide you through today. As of yesterday, Cricut just released some brand new updates. So we are working in version 9.28, and as you can see, it came out just yesterday. If we expand this right here, you're going to see that it has been able to improve over 50 updates, which is kind of crazy. And I just want to walk you through what some of these fixes and features are. Number one, auto connect user preference toggle. So now it'll allow it to auto connect, and it can say we now provide an auto connect toggle so users can control whether Design Space connects to their machine automatically. This is found under settings and machines, and this is what it looks like. This release overall fixes issues of users not being able to upload images after getting file too large error for SVGs type file that has been fixed. So I've seen a lot of people complaining about this. It has not been an issue for a lot of our Makers Gonna Learn members, but I think a lot of people working with other types of SVGs. You can see fixed issues of infinite loading spinner on image upload preview after getting file too large. Issue causing miscentering on high density displays has been resolved. Copy and pasting patterns resulting in shrinking of pattern has been resolved. Issue causing multiple USB connected machines to appear in the picker with the same name, causing users to unable to tell which machine they're connected to has now been fixed. Over the last 6 weeks, they have now been able to proudly say they have fixed 53 software defects, including the following priority field issues and reliability concerns. Number one, they fixed causing an image to become dark after resizing and zooming from 100 to 50, and so many more. If there's certain things that you have been wondering if they have improved, they go into quite a bit of detail, like fixed a color changing issue on Create Sticker, changing material settings, causing a change to popular material displayed on the make page has been fixed. I've had issues with that one specifically. Getting infinite spinner on cut progress screen, I've also experienced that. Issue of firmware update with USB Maker 4 has been fixed, and so much more. It's really awesome to be able to go through read about what the updates are. I also want to point your attention to an update that they did on 7/28. You can see that with the new font styling buttons, the vertical stacking, you can see this is a new way that Cricut is showing fonts. And in general, they have updated the sidebar. And I don't know about you guys, I am constantly having to sandwich that away because it keeps popping up and it's taking space off my canvas and it is driving me batty. So I just keep having to close it over and over again. You can see that's been a big update. They've updated the horizontal scroll update, the hide left rail by default. You can see that, the left panel on the home screen will now be collapsed by default when you open Design Space. Simply an icon on the left panel to access the features, or click the double arrow at the bottom and it'll expand. So that's kind of nice. You can also see the educational hotspot for contextual tools to help existing users navigate the new toolbars and find their favorite tools. This hotspot with information will be present when entering the canvas and seeing the new toolbar for the first time. So this is one of the things I'm not sure if I love it or not. I think I would love for you guys to pop off in the comments and let me know. This next one is a huge update that I am just going to let you know I am not a big fan of. It has been driving me a little batty, and I am very eager for them to work out these issues. This is the issue of the bounding box update. Supposedly, this is what they say, we've updated the look of the bounding box, which they have. It's just a hot mess. So it continues on to say, when an object is selected on the canvas, this will help users to handle extremely small objects on the canvas and will help them realize the possibilities of the bounding box beyond the corner handles. Personally, I have just seen a lot of confusion, a lot of issues. I think there's a lot of glitches that is still working out of this. Hopefully, over the next few weeks and into months, we will get A, adjusted to this, B, they'll work out more kinks, and C, we all end up really loving it. But let me know in the comments how you're feeling about the new bounding box. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you miss the old one? I personally didn't have too much concern about the old one, but hopefully the innovation here will be well worth the added struggle for the next couple of weeks. And again, if you're ever curious, anytime Design Space releases an update, you can always read these release notes at help.cricut.com. One of Cricut's biggest updates has been this new Create AI, and I am so here to see what you guys think of it. It is only available to Access members, and you only get a set amount of credits per month. These do not roll over, and you get 20 AI credits every single month, so use them sparingly. You have less than one a day. If you're an Access member, I have never used it before, so I thought, why not try it today? So in the honor of back to school, we are going to describe our dream image, and I'm going to dream a back to school, let's do first day of preschool shirt for a little boy, and use a fun image along with text. So let's go ahead and see. Remember, if you've never worked with AI at all, the better you can do to describe your prompt, usually the better you'll get the image. So let's go ahead and click generate and see what happens. It goes ahead and tells us images may take up to 1 minute to generate. This is new. It is obviously only available in beta right now. And if you've created images that, you end up wanting to come back to, you can always look under your saved images. So it is working, and we'll come back once it's ready. All right, here's a really interesting example of my image. It went ahead and created a first day of preschool option, and you can see both of these images right here. I was thinking it could use another type of image since the little boy would be wearing the shirt in my head, but this is what it quickly generated. So you can see it's actually, AI is very literal, and this is one thing I don't love about it, is that how literal it is, but you can see it is able to put truly a little boy with a backpack and say first day of preschool. If you wanted to give another credit, you could continue to go through and ask for modifications. So I could update the prompt and generate something else. Again, you only get 20 credits a month, so just use these very, very sparingly. You could also say, make a welcome home sign or a welcome to my home design for a doormat, and let's see what it generates. And we'll delete these out and we'll see how well it can design that for us. A thing about AI that I'm not a huge fan of is that I think for a lot of us, we could use our fonts and our design skills really well. But I imagine as more people use this AI image generator through Cricut, you'll just be able to see more and more innovation, and hopefully it'll get better than we are. But I don't think we're at a place where I am more impressed with AI than the general crafter being able to work on their own design skill. All right, so you can see the two options it does give. This one is more squared than a doormat would probably be. And this one over here is, another one. I like that it went ahead and found some of these images for us, but overall, not anything that I am super, super, super fond of. I wonder, we can, move the letters around. We could delete out images. We could resize images. But again, it is not something that I think is super, super awesome, but it is nice to have if you need help with your creativity and things like that. Again, this is only for Access members, and we will just continue to monitor what we think about this AI. All right, let's talk about some of the bounding box updates and some of the things to just look out for and that we're noticing to be aware of. So since the bounding box update has been out, we have noticed a lot of reports that the sizing up in the top has been giving issues, and a lot of people like to size their images up that way, and it's been unavailable to do so. So that can be incredibly frustrating. I have not had any issues on any of my devices, mobile, desktop, laptop, things like that. This is the new bounding box. And again, I like some of the things that it's doing. Like it gives us the size right off the bat here. We can scale it down. We can drag it. We could come in here and select different layers. So we could open up this group and you could see that, we could open it up and see all of the different letters. If you zoom in right here, you can see this is the bounding box. So you could, stretch out different letters. You could do different things like that. I'm just going to do undo here so it doesn't mess up at all. But yes, a lot of people have been saying that their design space has been cutting off and like they've not been able to see the same, bounding box and things like that. But as you can see here in my demonstration, I am not running into any issues, so you'll have to let me know in the chat, is the bounding box working for you like it is designed? I think it's a big question that I am after and really need you guys to kind of like chime in and let me know. Like, are you experiencing some of these same issues or not? I think it would be really interesting for you guys to let me know in the chat down below because I have the new bounding box and it's working fine for me. So be sure to let me know if it's working for you or not. I do want to share right here that the new sidebar in general has been a little, I want to say annoying to me because it always is popping up and I'm always having to, after selecting the font that I want, looking for any Maker's Gonna Learn font and things like that. One thing I will say is that I am just not a huge fan of how they've turned everything into this sidebar. I'm on a pretty large display today, but I'm on a smaller display. It can just be so annoying that it's taking up so much space for me. So after, you change your font and things like that, it just stays here. So in some of us, we may like that, but I would love for it as soon as I, have picked my font and things like that, it will kind of, slide down. That is just a personal thing that I miss it just being up here and I could click it or I could move it places and have it more in convenient areas. You could see all of it just kind of like pops out instead of just pops up. So when it pops out, it's just seeming like it takes up a lot of space. One other interesting feature is say you've uploaded a SVG. Once you add it to your canvas, I think because Cricut now is integrated with a lot more AI, look what happens to the right-hand panel. So this is the file that I just added in, Walking in a Winter Wonderland. Look at this. What it pulls up is similar images to the left-hand sidebar. Now, again, I think this is a big ploy and big initiative for selling their own membership, which is Cricut Access. I personally do not use Cricut Access, and the images here, they're just not my favorites. But you could see they're able to read this image and then come in and be like, well, hey, look at all these other images that is provided. So let me know if you guys like this feature or not. Most of these images are access images, so it's not like they are free or included in Design Space. These are add-ons, and if you're watching this video and did not know, you do not have to pay for Cricut Access to get the full features of cutting and things like that. They have very limited access features that could be the Create AI, access to their libraries, their monogram maker, and things like that. But when it comes to regular crafting and all of the different ways we use it here at Makers Gonna Learn, we can use it off of the free Design Space, which is really helpful, and people really seem to like it. So do not feel like you have to pay Cricut Access to utilize the Design Space feature. That simply is not true. Here's my biggest question. Are you experiencing any issues? Is this more of a case-by-case basis? Is this across the industry? I was tempted to not even make this video, but I have witnessed a few of these myself, and it seems like across the internet that people are really struggling with this. So I wanted to walk you through what have been the latest updates, what are they, how to get ahead of them, and I wanted to create a place for if you are experiencing these issues, go ahead, write me a comment down below. Let me know how your Cricut experience has been. Let me know if the software is working for you in the best of ways. And I am so excited to continue to see what Cricut does to better our software. It is going to be really, really incredible. I think, the bounding box update and the other things to the core Cricut Design Space that we know and love will ultimately, at the end, help us craft better and easier. But I'm not going to sit here and say it hasn't been giving me a little bit of issues. Another disclaimer I do want to give, as you're in beta, you are a beta tester. So if you want to have the latest, the greatest, and make sure it's all to the best available, you can switch back to the live version of Design Space at any time. If you are in beta, I would expect a little bit more glitch here and there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment down below, and check out some of our other amazing Cricut videos all over the channel. And we cannot wait to see you on the next one. Until then, happy crafting. Bye, guys.